All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're cracking open the playbook from Alex Hormozi's powerhouse book, 100M Leads. We're going to distill his entire journey. From the absolute brink of financial disaster all the way to building a machine that just churns out leads. This quote, this is the entire philosophy in a nutshell. For Hormozi, a steady flow of leads, it's not just a nice to have. Nope, it's the ultimate safety net. It's the one skill that basically gives you endless chances to screw up and still get everything else right in your business. But that's the thing, right? It's easy to talk about leads when they're flowing in. The real test, the one that actually forged this entire playbook, came when that flow completely reversed. And fast. Yeah, $150,000 in the red. Just let that sink in for a second. That's the number that changed everything. Can you imagine waking up one day to find out you're not just broke, but you are 150 grand in the hole from customer refunds? Because, that was the reality for Hormozi back in March of 2017. So let's actually start right there, with that moment of crisis. Because really understanding the insane pressure cooker he was in, that's the key to getting why his solutions are so brutally effective and to the point. And you gotta understand, this wasn't just some abstract business problem. This was deeply, deeply personal. He and his partner, Layla, they had convinced her friends to quit their jobs to come work for them. And now he couldn't pay them. They had exactly 30 days to generate $150,000 in pure profit just to survive. So, with his back completely against the wall, Hormozi had to figure out how to get leads, and he had to do it now. And this is what led to his first major breakthrough. And the funny thing is, it was born directly from a massive failure. Okay, check this out, because the contrast here is just wild. His first shot, it was this super complicated, perfectly crafted webinar that he spent 8 weeks building. The result? Zero. Not a single sale. A total flop. So his next attempt, something he literally threw together in 13 minutes, was just a simple screen recording, a case study showing real results. And the outcome? His partner Layla's calendar was booked solid with calls from total strangers for the next week straight. And that, right there, that's the core lesson. The market didn't give a damn about his perfect webinar. They wanted proof. They wanted to see a case study. And this completely accidental discovery, it became the foundation of his entire lead generation strategy. So what he stumbled upon is what we call a lead magnet. It's not about tricking anyone, it's simply about creating an offer that is so good, people feel kind of stupid saying no. It's about providing so much value up front that they can't help but raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested. Okay, so from that one big insight, Hormozi went on to develop this simple but incredibly powerful framework, one that basically categorizes every single advertising method out there. He calls it the Core 4. Just look at how beautifully simple this is. Every single way you can possibly get a lead fits into one of these 4 boxes, and it all just boils down to 2 simple questions. First, who are you talking to? People who know you, that's a warm audience, or total strangers, a cold audience. And second, how are you talking to them? One-to-one or one-to-many? And those combinations, well, they create the Core 4. You've got warm outreach for people you already know and cold outreach for strangers. Then, when you want to scale up, you've got posting content for your followers and paid ads to reach brand new audiences. Seriously, every lead generation method you can think of falls into one of these buckets. That's it. That's the entire game. Now, mastering the Core 4, that's how you get started. That's how you feed yourself. But if you want to build a true machine, one that generates leads at a massive scale, that requires something more. It requires leverage. And leverage is just a fancy word for getting more out of the same amount of work. In advertising, it's how you finally break that link between your personal time and the number of leads you can get. It's all about building a system where other people, not just you, become your lead getters. And this path to leverage, it builds in really clear stages. You always start by doing the work yourself. Once you prove the model works, you hire employees to do it for you. The next big leap, that's when your product or service is so good that your customers start doing the work for you through referrals. And the final stage is getting other businesses to advertise for you through partnerships. Each one of these steps is a massive jump in scale. So these are your lead getters, the actual engines of your machine. The really big mindset shift here is moving from just thinking about how do I get a customer to how can every customer, Every employee and every partner become a brand new channel for getting more leads. Okay, so how do you actually put all of this together? Well, Hormozi lays out a super clear roadmap, a step-by-step path that takes you from 0 leads all the way to a 9-figure business. And here it is. This is the journey. You start simple, right? Level 1, warm outreach. Then at level 2, you build a public presence with content. Level 3 is where you start using leverage by hiring your first employees. Now, level 4, that's a huge milestone. Your product is finally good enough to generate referrals on its own. From there, you expand your reach across all kinds of platforms at level 5. Until finally, at level 6, you're hiring veteran executives to run the whole machine for you. And maybe this is the most important takeaway of all. The magic isn't in some secret hack or shortcut. Nope, it's in choosing one of the core 4 methods, committing to it, and then just executing with relentless consistency. People waste a decade looking for shortcuts when, as Hormozi says, if you just pick a strategy and stick with it, success becomes pretty much inevitable. And that really brings us to the end of this breakdown. We've seen it all: the crisis, the big discovery, the framework, and the path to scale. The entire playbook is laid out for you. So I guess the only question left is, what's your first move?